The Pegasus Sports Network is proud to present the 2019 Girls 8th Region Basketball Tournament, live from Owenton, Kentucky. By Baptist Health LaGrange, bringing quality health care close to you. By www.buyhappyfeet.com. Happy Feet, it's like walking on pillows. By Mountjoy, Chilton & Medley, the largest locally owned CPA firm in North Central Kentucky. By Kentucky Farm Bureau. If you're keeping score, you know Kentucky Farm Bureau is Kentucky's insurance company. And by Crestwood Chiropractic. Find out what Dr. Rodney Brown and his staff can do for your aches and pains. And now let's go courtside to Owen County High School in Owenton, Kentucky, the site of the Girls 8th Region Basketball Tournament, live on Pegasus Sports Network. And welcome everyone to Owenton, Kentucky, Owen County High School, Pegasus Sports coverage of the Girls 8th Region Basketball. This is going to be semifinal night. Now, we are only going to be able to bring you one of the two semifinals. We do apologize, but because of a snafu in the Kentucky High School Athletic Association scheduling, and I won't go into it because it's a long, convoluted story, but because of a snafu in their scheduling, we are stuck with the girls' semifinal games today at 1 and 3, and then the boys' championship at 7. We cannot physically do the 3 o'clock game and get down to Newcastle in time for the boys' championship. We don't want to miss a championship game, so we're going to do the first game here tonight in Owenton. Anderson County and Simon Kenton should be a really good game. You'll hear about that in just a second. And then we'll go do the boys' championship, Oldham County versus Walton Verona. Right now it is tentatively set that the girls will play their championship game on Monday night. And, of course, we will be there because, like I said, we don't miss championship games. So, Frank, we actually got a couple of interviews with a couple of coaches, but I'm going to go ahead and take a real quick break for our sponsors. Okay. And then when we come back, we'll hear some of the words from some of the coaches for tonight's game.
Sounds good.
What do you ask from a friend? Trust, support, a helping hand? So why not ask that from your health insurance?
Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.
You deserve more than health insurance. With CareSource, you're covered with kindness.
Just let the love begin.
CareSource, individual and family health insurance. This is healthcare with heart.
Baptist Health LaGrange is the best experience expecting families can ever conceive of. We offer spacious, comfortable rooms, a dedicated team of nurses from labor to the time you go home, and a helpful maternity website to guide you through all the questions before and after baby's arrival. For more information or to register for free prenatal classes, visit BaptistHealthLaGrange.com.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants.
the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
Well, on our own, Frank Wright got a chance to talk to some of the coaches earlier. In fact, both the coaches. He was able to talk to Jeff Stowers of Simon Kenton as well as Clay Birdwhistle of Anderson County. So let's take a listen in and see what the coaches had to say. First off, Jeff Stowers of the Simon Kenton Lady Pioneers.
Good afternoon. This is Frank Wright with Pegasus Sports, and I'm speaking with Jeff Stowers of Simon Kenton as they get ready for their game with Anderson County here in the 8th Region Girls Semifinals. Coach, it's good to see you again. It's been a while, so tell us a little bit about how your team's been playing lately. And
we've been a little down lately, but it's nothing like Anderson Simon Kenton battle to make yourself aware that
that's correct.
This is what it's all about. So I think one or two things are going to happen. Maybe you're going to bring the best out in us today, or they're going to bring the worst out in us today.
Right. Well, these games, you're accustomed to one another in the tournament play, and it's always a dogfight. So what's your take on Anderson County? What do you expect from them tonight?
Revenge. Last year we played tooth and nail last year at our place, and it had to be on their mind all year long. And even though this isn't the finals, but this is the one that gets you ultimately where you want to go at. So the revenge factor will be big for them. We're a pretty young team as far as leadership goes. We fought that battle all year long where we're looking for our junior class, which is our strength, to step up and create their own legacy, because somebody else before them has done all the work. And that's what we've been preaching to them all year long.
Well, you do have a fine tradition. I remember running up against it and helping you build it. But you say you got a couple people with the flu.
Yeah, we had one of our guards, two out of our top 8 rotation. One of them is actually our leading scorer, Maggie Jones. She's been out the last couple of days. She's coming down with her parents today. Matter of fact, we don't know what we're going to get.
Right.
But we had that situation a couple years ago with Maddie Meyer. Same situation, and she had her best game that she played at Simon Kenton in the regional finals a couple years ago.
Well, that's the way it works. The next girl up, and you've had those when they're successful, and you've had them when they're not. But if that works out to your advantage, you'll be playing Monday night, and we'll be interviewing one more time.
All right. One thing's going to happen. We aren't.
That's correct. Well, I wish you the best, Jeff. It's good seeing you again. Take care, and best of luck to the Lady Pioneers.
Pleasure. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Good seeing you.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
When life gets difficult, it's not always easy to be kind. But at CareSource, that's when we're at our very best. Sure, we provide health insurance, but more than that, we make certain through all the twists and turns in your life, you'll always be covered with kindness.
Just let the love begin.
That's the difference with CareSource, individual and family health insurance.
All right, Coach Frank also had the chance to talk to the Anderson County Lady Bearcats head man, and that's Clay Birdwhistle. This is what Coach Birdwhistle had to say about tonight's contest.
Good afternoon. This is Frank Wright with Pegasus Sports, and I'm speaking with Clay Birdwhistle, head coach of the Anderson County Lady Bearcats, as we get ready for the 8th region semifinal game against Simon Kenton. So, Coach, tell me about your team and how ready they are, healthy they are, and all that sort of stuff.
We're a team that's played a really tough schedule, and I feel like it's prepared us for this moment. We're very fortunate that we've got all the sickness out of us. Everybody's healthy and ready to go, and just looking forward to the game today.
Okay, you had a good tilt in your district final and in your first game here, so any things that are carrying over from that until tonight, or is this just a whole new ball game against Simon Kenton?
Well, obviously it's a new opportunity and a new challenge with Simon Kenton. I would say the thing that is a prevailing theme from our district championship into Oldham County, now to Simon Kenton, we're facing very, very physical teams that are very tough-minded. They're well coached, and we're going to have to rise to the challenge in that. Or if you don't box out Simon Kenton, it's going to be a long night.
All right. Well, some people looked at the draw and thought that you had probably one of the most difficult roads to get out of the region.
Right.
So.
Well, we faced the only team in the 8th region that beat us in the regular season. We are facing a team spent half the year ranked the highest team in the 8th region and the defending champ, and then if we were lucky enough to win today, you either get the 32nd district champion or the 4th time us Collins. So yeah, we had a pretty rough road.
Right. What do you expect out of Simon Kenton today as far as how they're going to play? And are there any special things that you look to do from your team?
I think Simon's just going to be Simon. Simon is very simple. It's just not easy. They're very well drilled at what they do. They are going to be super physical. They are going to attack the offensive rebounds with everything they have. They're going to pressure. They're going to help, and you're going to have to move the ball, and you're going to have to be ball tough against them. For us, as far as what we would like to do, we just got to make sure that we are who we are at the same time. Simon's going to be Simon. We got to be us too.
So at this stage, that's kind of the way that it is. And as I was driving up, I was thinking, this is just going to be a game of who can impose their will upon the other team. Having played in tournament games against you guys and Simon Kenton, that's really the way that it is. And so when the buzzer sounds, if you've done that, then you're probably going to play that next game.
And we've said all year long, Oldham beating us in December is the best thing that ever happened to us. We spent 2 months trying to change who we are, to become more physical, to become tougher, and hopefully, all of that time will pay off today.
Well, I wish you the best, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right,
appreciate it.
Clay Birdwhistle talking to Frank Wright there, and Frank, you heard a few common themes there in those two interviews.
Well, this is the game that I think once a lot of diehard fans here in the 8th region, when they saw how the brackets were, they looked at this game. This is the game that's where this is just a greatly anticipated game. And the final game will be greatly anticipated too. But this, and when Jeff, the first thing out of his mouth, he said revenge. And that's exactly what he would do, exactly what he would think. That's the way he would motivate his team. And that's very insightful, because that is, you circle those games, and you want the last laugh. I've said that too many times, but the last laugh's the best one.
Pause for the national anthem here. the Simon Kenton Pep Band with the national anthem. Boy, I tell you, that was a pretty good sound out of a very small group. They usually bring a rather large pep band with them. They got a very small group tonight, but that sounded excellent. Our cameraman tonight is Sean Montgomery. He's going to be bringing you all the good pictures here. And right now it's time to introduce the starting five. First off, for the Pioneers of Simon Kenton High School, it'll be number 15, Maggie Jones, 5'6", a guard, junior, averaging 12.7 points per game. Number 20 is Maddie Vickers, 5'9", junior guard, averaging just under 10 points and almost 5 rebounds a game. Number 22, Morgan Stamper, 5'9", junior, leads the team in scoring at 14.4 points a game and 10.7 rebounds. She's averaging a double-double. Number 33 is Rachel Bush, 6' senior, averaging 4 points a game. And rounding out the starting five, number 45, Serenity Webb, 6' freshman, averaging 6 points a game. The Simon Kenton Lady Pioneers coached by longtime head man Jeff Stowers. For Anderson County, number 2 is Sophie Smith, 5'8", sophomore, averaging 9.7 points per game. Number 5, Lauren Boblet, 6'1", senior, had a real good game in the first round against Oldham County, averages 9 points a game. Some people say this next lady is the glue that holds this team together. Number 12, Jacqueline Rubel, 5'7", senior, leads the starters in scoring with 13.7 a game. Number 15 is Anna Foley, a 5'8", junior. And number 24 is Tiffany Riley, a 5'11", sophomore, averaging 7.7 a game. And we are underway. Anderson in the blue. They've got some serious height out there, Frank. They got a 6-footer and a 5'11" kid in this starting lineup.
That they do. I mean, if you can pressure ball handlers and if you can see over the pressure that defenses are giving you, that gives you a great advantage.
Well, Bobble at 6'1", Riley at 5'11", gives them a lot of length, makes it hard for those passes. They did get a good skip pass, Simon Kenton did, but the shot no good from Vickers. Out front, Rubel handling the ball for Anderson County. They go over on the right side to Smith. Through Smith for 3, no good. The rebound's going to come off to Simon Kenton. Pioneers want to run. Anderson County, also a team that likes to run. It'll be interesting to see if either team gets too many runouts here tonight. Double team on the right side. And Anna Grace McGregor, who was not given to us as a starter, is out there right now. And the pass out of bounds. She's wearing number 33, 5'11", junior. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong, the wrong roster there.
33's Bush.
It really does help if you look at the right roster. These two teams we've only seen in the first round of this tournament this year. Runner down the lane is going to come out for Stamper, but knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Simon Kenton. Well, what a tradition these two teams have. Simon Kenton, ever since they joined the 8th region in 2006. Anderson County's tradition goes all the way back to the formative days of the 8th region. Unless I'm mistaken, they won the very first girls 8th region tournament. Out front, Maggie Jones dishes over. They kick it across with a skip pass to Vickers. Back out to Jones.
Anderson's extending their 2-3 zone, working some pressure on the passing lanes.
Jones for 3, straight away, good.
That kind of looked like the, well, if you're not going to guard me, I'll take it kind of shot.
Up and in, and I did not catch who put that in there, Frank. Could you?
That was 24.
24, okay. So that was Riley. We're in a little tough spot to see here. 3 on the way. Jones got another one. Tiffany Jones, Maggie Jones, is off to a fast start here. Couple of 3s, her team up 6-2 now. And now there's a pick. Jones, she's putting on a one-man show, and she lays it up and in. 8-2, Simon Kenton early here. Little token pressure in the backcourt. Anderson beats it. They kick it to the corner, skip it across, and another steal by Jones, and she's fouled by Boblet. They arrived at almost the same time, but Jones was there a fraction of a second earlier, and Boblet runs into her and commits the foul. That'll be her first.
I'm sure it's not the start that Coach Birdwhistle was anticipating, and this is everything that Coach Stowers was hoping could happen.
Pioneers working the perimeter against that zone, which they've really extended now. They go down low. The shot no good by Stamper, but we're going to have a jump ball call. Possession arrow favoring the Lady Bearcats. They talked about that game way back earlier in the season and the importance. Oldham County went down to Lawrenceburg, became the first 8th region team since 2012 to win in Lawrenceburg, and how important that was for this team, Coach.
Yeah, sometimes you need a game like that to grab some attention.
Skip out
evidently
high.
That's what that was.
And another turnover, but a travel call against Simon Kenton will give it right back. Into the game for Anderson County now, number 10. And that is Gabrielle Waite. Anderson on the attack now. Waite kicks it over on the left side. They go into the corner. 3-ball on the way from Boblet. Doesn't draw anything. Rebound taken by Simon, but she carried it out of bounds. It'll stay with Anderson County.
Anderson certainly has more students than Simon Kenton today.
Yeah. Inbounds pass goes off the leg of Jones. Stays with the Pioneers. I do apologize, folks. This is as good as my voice is going to get today. It has really struggled through the boys and the girls tournaments here. Ball might have been deflected there. Certainly took a weird path. And we're going to have a jump ball called on the baseline. That'll give the ball up to Simon Kenton.
So far, whatever's been happening has pretty much been dictated by Simon Kenton.
Full court press from Anderson. They get it up ahead, stolen away. Anderson to the basket. The shot no good by Annie Foley. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul underneath the basket. Foley kind of came to a little jump stop there and tried to just bank it up and in. Instead, we're going to get a foul on Simon Kenton. So put up on the board who it's on.
Almost edge 20.
Pass nearly lost out of bounds there. Rubel saves it. Rubel skips it across. Over on the right side to Foley. Down top of the key, Boblet almost losing the ball. Now she does. And a turnover against Anderson County, and we'll get a foul against the Lady Bearcats as they try to get the ball back.
That's a cheap foul. A frustration foul.
And that'll be another foul against Lauren Boblet. Her second foul with 3:51, and she's one of the most athletic players on this Anderson County team. We'll see if
she's a finalist for Miss Basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Not who you want to be sitting on your bench midway through the first quarter.
Jones out front. They bring working the high post here with Webb. Can't get it to her, and now Jones very nearly loses it. Very alertly gets rid of it. They find underneath Webb, but Webb misses in the close-in shot. The ball fought for, and we're going to have a quick held ball.
Katie Shaw got that rebound, or tied it up.
Katie Shaw and Rachel Satterley for Anderson County all knotted up there. Possession arrow favoring SK.
Excuse me for talking. The physical intensity of Simon Kenton has not been matched by Anderson County so far.
No. Underneath the Webb. Quick shot, no good. Probably going to get a foul here against number 24, Tiffany Riley, but let's see. Yeah, it'll be Riley's first.
Simon Kenton's very aggressive and alert and in attack mode.
Now, this is one area where Simon has struggled this year, as they are just 54.8% at the line. Webb misses the first. 8-2, Simon Kenton out in front here early on. 3:22 to go in the first. And Webb wills the second one in there. Rubel will bring it up. Kicks to the right side, batted away and stolen by Simon Kenton. Number 22, Morgan Stamper with the steal there. Simon on the attack. They find Stamper, dumps underneath the Webb. She wasn't ready for it, and that's got to be a travel, but they're actually going to call her on the line, which that was true as well.
2 or 3 travels.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the call. Turnover number 3 for Simon Kenton.
Anderson County into front court. We've got Satterley working the point up high now. Satterley on the dribble. Hands it off to Rubel. Skip pass over in the corner. Baseline drive by Riley, and she bounced it right into the hands of Simon Kenton. 5 turnovers now this period on Anderson, and right now, Anderson just a step slow in every facet of the game.
Well, I mean, they're counter-punching at best. Sometimes they're not even punching. I mean, Simon Kenton's really taking it to them physically.
On the inside now for the Bearcats is 6'1" freshman J.C. Chesser wearing the 00. Vickers, long jumper, no good. We're going to get a foul on Simon Kenton. This one's going to go against number 22, Morgan Stamper. Both teams have a player they really don't want to have sitting, and Stamper's the one, if you're Simon Kenton, you want to see on the floor. She got that double-double average. 14 points, almost 11 rebounds a game. Picked up her first foul there. Anderson County on the attack. Smith, wave off the basket here as the foul came beforehand on the floor. It's going to go against Webb, I think.
Shaw.
It's going against Shaw.
No,
I thought for a second he pointed at Webb, but the number on the board says 31. So lob comes in. Anderson County from the side, no good. Rubel unable to get the 3 ball down.
Vickers rebounded.
Anderson keeps jacking him up from that left corner, but right now still has yet to hit a 3. Pass deflected and stolen away by Rubel. Up ahead. They kick it back to Chesser, out high, in trouble. A lot of pressure there from Simon Kenton. They kick to the left wing, and Rubel gets a 3-pointer. I guess she heard me. 9-5, and we'll have a whistle and a foul on Anderson County right at midcourt. Foul will go against Rubel. That'll be her first, 4th against Anderson County. Both teams subbing liberally in this ball game. Number 35, Macy Chanot, is in there, 5'9" senior now, wearing number 35 for Simon Kenton. Pass intended for Webb, tipped away, picked up. Anderson to the basket and fouled. Foley is fouled as she goes up for the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. So it'll be the first free throws of the ball game for Anderson County, and they come with 1:05 left in the first. Unfortunately, Anderson County doesn't post most of their stats, so we really have no idea how good either Riley or the team as a whole shoots free throws.
Let's make them up.
How about both? Missed both there. Rebound taken by Simon Kenton, and bringing the ball up court for the Lady Pioneers, Maggie Jones. Well, Maggie Jones had a fast start to this game.
Well, took a little break there. Spent a little time on the bench getting rested. She still has 8 of the 19 points.
Jones feeds it into the post, driving to the basket. Shot's not going to go, but Chesser is going to commit the foul. Morgan Stamper with a strong move to the basket there, and Chesser just simply couldn't stay in front of her.
Isn't there something that's been advertised called constant contact, where businesses are staying in contact with their customers?
Yeah.
Morgan Stamper's a constant contact player. And I mean that she uses it well. She's very smart on the offensive, defensive ends to do that.
Stamper gets 1 of 2. Rebound taken by Anderson County's Foley. Up ahead, underneath, and a foul is going to go against Simon Kenton here as they just flat out decked Satterley. Foul is going to go against number 33 for Simon, Rachel Bush. Satterley at 5'7". Not going to match up on that size-wise.
You know, she got fouled on the landing, but she may have been fouled on the takeoff also.
Yeah. Well, Satterley gets 1 of 2. Neither team really hitting free throws well. Anderson just 1 of 4 right now. Vickers kicks it in the lane, and we're going to have a reach-in foul on Simon Kenton. Pioneers from out of bounds. Vickers will key it in. Lobs it deep into the backcourt where it's taken by Stamper. Jones, boy, I tell you, in this just 1 quarter, so we're down to 15 seconds left in the first. She has really impressed me. 11 seconds.
I think she's under the weather, from what I heard pregame.
Okay, as I say that, they commit a bad pass and throw it away. 3 seconds. Anderson County is going to get a foul here called, as driving in for the shot was Anna Foley, and she got hacked.
Two fouls on Jones.
First free throw, no good. Does this seem like an epidemic here a little bit?
Well, their scouting report is not working out the way they intended to have it implemented, I don't think.
Second free throw on its way here with 0.4 of a second. She gets 1.
That can make you a little tight. But the Lady Pioneers have certainly come out in attack mode tonight.
Oh, we come to the end of the period, and they finally get the scoreboard correct. It is 11-7. Simon Kenton on top here in Owenston, Kentucky. Girls 8th region semifinal action. The winner of this game will play the winner of Walton, Verona, and Collins on Monday night in the championship game. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go down and talk to Coach Tom Hawkins here on the Pegasus Sports Network.
Be prepared. Now many mobile devices can bring you critical information from local sources you trust. With the unique sound and vibration, wireless emergency alerts keep you in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for a primary care physician or specialist? The Baptist Health Physician Referral Service can help you find a physician close to you. Call 222-3627 or visit the online physician search at baptisthealthlagrange.com.
All right, let's go down on the court to Tom Hawkins. Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mike, I've got you. All right, that first quarter, you would have to give most of the credit to Simon's defense. Extremely good pressure, off the ball help, rotation has been good. Anderson's just finding it difficult to get into their offense.
And indeed they are, and indeed it's impacted their shooting. Just 25% from the floor there in that first period for the Lady Bearcats. And we're going to have
just an out of bounds.
Just an out of bounds play there. It's kind of had a little scrum there for the basketball for a second. The Lady Bearcats will throw it in. They get it in down on the low blocks. Chesser can't back her way in against Webb. Kicks it to the outside. 3-ball, no good. Rebound taken by Simon Kenton. Lady Bearcats continue to struggle beyond the arc. 1 of 5 for 20%. Vickers out high, hands it off to Jones. Jones looking inside that 2-3 zone. Over on the right side now to Bush. Bush to Jones, and we have a push away from the ball against Anderson County as they knock down Morgan Stamper. The foul's going to go against Anna Foley, and that'll be her first. Oop. Oh, wait a minute here. Number 23 is who got it. It's Amaya Mason. 5'11" sophomore just entered the ball game, and now she'll go out. Anderson County right now with Foley, Smith, Chesser. So free throw is good. Rubel is out there, and also Waite for Anderson County.
Stammer did a great job of selling that.
Second shot, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Smith. Smith wants to run with it into front court here. They drive through. The shot off the glass, no good, but a foul against Simon Kenton as Anna Foley trying to attack the rim. Anderson, you know, they're trying to run their offense, but
Simon Kenton is extremely sound defensively.
They are. They really are. They've made everything that Anderson wants to do just a little bit tougher. It's going to make the free throws incredibly more important for Anderson if this continues, but they get that one. 11-8, 3-point lead with 7:09 to go till halftime. And the second one is up and good, good as well. So the Lady Bearcats start their free throw shooting here in the second half a little better than they did in the first half. Long pass over on the right side. Two players not really thinking whose it was, Jones and Vickers there, but Jones tracks it down. Simon will set up their half-court offense, working against the zone. 3 on the way, no good. That was Katie Shaw. Rebound taken by the Bearcats. Anderson County, Simon, what a rivalry this has been over the last about decade now. These two have carved out pretty much all the 8th region titles between them. There's been a couple of exceptions. Of course, Trimble County a few years ago. 3-pointer on the way, rebounded by Mason, and she's tied up as she tries to go back up with it.
Simon Kenton contests every single thing. Every drive, every cut, every rebound, every loose ball, and all 5 people are moving. I'm looking at the footwork, and nobody's resting. Well, everybody is all in on every adjustment.
And I'm so much more impressed with Simon tonight than I was in their first round game. They seem more energized, more invigorated. Vickers for 3, good from the right corner, and Simon makes it a 14-9 ball game.
Well, I'm pretty sure that both teams had this circled.
Shot up and good.
You know, Rubel has a very unique release.
Who was that?
Rubel.
Rubel, yeah, she does. First 3 of the second half for the Lady Bearcats. Pulls them to within 2 now with 5:32 to play. These two have played some real nail biters over the years. If you're new to the 8th region, this has been quite the rivalry. And quite often it's been played in the region final. This year, they meet in the semifinals. Jones comes off a little pick there. It didn't really come off it hard there, and keeps the ball on the outside perimeter. Dribbling in, down underneath to Webb, misses the shot, gets her own rebound again, and still misses it. Rebound fought for and claimed by Anderson County. Smith comes in there finally and steals away the rebound from the bigger ladies. And Anderson will set it up here. Simon Kenton, man-to-man, straight up man-to-man defense here. Over on the right side to Rubel. Starts a drive, hooks it up from the low block, and draws the contact and the foul. That'll send Rubel back to the line for the first, well, not back to the line. I take that back. This is her first trip to the line. 4:32 remaining in the first half. She could tie it if she can get them both. Rubel. Right-hander averaging 13.7 points a game. She gets another one, and we're all tied up at 14.
Last tie was at 8 minutes in the first quarter.
Yeah. And we got a foul in front court here. It's going to go against Foley. She'll pick up her first. Anderson County faithful didn't like that call, but I think it was a pretty good one. Pioneers have in there now number 45, Serenity Webb, back in there. 6-foot freshman center. Free throw on its way from Vickers, no good. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1, but rebounded and put up no good, but a foul on Anderson County. A nice rebound there by Morgan Stamper, and she's instead going to go to the line to shoot two. Foul against Foley, and that is her second now. So Foley and Boblet both with two fouls for Anderson County. Foley will go out, replaced by Smith. 15-14. Second free throw, no good. She gets a little bit of a side spin on that, that free throw.
Yeah, she doesn't follow directly down. That tweaks it to the side on the follow through.
Shot out of bounds. It'll be Simon Kenton basketball.
Two-2-1 press by the Lady Bearcats.
Vickers in backcourt with it. We'll try to throw it up ahead. Long pass caught by Shaw. Back outside to Vickers for three. Off the back iron, rebounded by Smith. Anderson's really had some trouble hitting the boards here, but Sophie Smith has picked up a couple here in the early going. Takes it down the lane, a little one-handed runner, and it'll go. We're tied again at 16.
Oh, they're up.
No, they took them up. Yeah,
16,
that's right.
15.
Because we missed one down here. Bearcats with the lead. Long two from the left corner, not going to go. Smith with another rebound. Chance for Anderson to build on their biggest lead here. Chesser kicks it across, dangerous pass, but to the outside, the three is gonna go! Oh my goodness, Rubel barely caught the front iron, but it had enough forward momentum, it bounced forward.
It looked like it hit the bottom half of the rim. I don't know how that went upward. Body English got that one up there.
There are laws of physics that I think that one definitely violated. 2:59 to go here in the first half.
That foul was on Rubel, and that's her second, and that's a big foul.
Yeah, it sure is.
I mean, she's their outside threat, and
well, they still haven't put it up on the board, have they? Yeah, they put it up under Smith, and that is her first.
Oh, okay, got one.
Second shot good as well. 17 for Simon Kenton, but they trail by 2 here. We got a quick timeout on the floor. Let's go down to the floor and our own Tom Hawkins.
Hey, Mike, thank you. Mike, you would think this was a boys' game with the physicality of both teams, going after loose balls, a lot of contact in their paint. Anderson County finally took a page out of Simon's book and started doing a little more dribble drive, and it's got them some good shots.
Tom, we want to know your opinion on that three-point shot there. How did that ball get in that basket? Could you hear me?
No.
No, he couldn't. This is right in the middle of the cheerleaders and everything. I'll get back to you. Thank you, Tom. Got the band playing and everything. He couldn't hear the question. But that was a phenomenal shot by Rubel.
It was. And she's shot a few of those over the years.
Yeah.
That I've noticed that she gets them in. You cannot leave her with time. So she'll get it in the hoop.
2:58 to play here in the first half, 19-17. Low-scoring game. On the drive, over to Rubel, the kick to the left corner. Smith, ball fakes, drives, and splits the defenders. It'll either be Vickers or no, it's going to be number 10, and that'll be Gabrielle Waite. 5'10", senior forward. A lot of tall girls out there tonight playing for both teams. Smith
if Anderson
missing.
Converted some free throws. They'd have a bit of a lead to change the whole complexion of things.
Smith gets 1 out of 2. 20-17, still a one-possession ball game with 2:42 to play here in the first half. And Vickers is fouled at midcourt, about 45 feet away from the basket, and every coach just cringes when you see that. The foul's going to go against number 24 for Anderson County, and that's Tiffany Riley. That'll be her second. So you got Riley with 2, Boblet with 2, and Foley with 2. 3 of the starters for Anderson County now with 2 fouls.
2 of the starters with 2 fouls for Simon Kenton. Jones and Stamper. And they're still out there on the floor.
If you're Clay Birdwhistle, you got to be thrilled right now because they've not only maintained, they've gained and taken the lead with Boblet on the bench.
Yeah. Yes.
Still going to let Riley be out there with those 2 fouls. And Foley is on the bench right now with her 2 fouls. So only one of the 3 that has some foul issues still on the floor for Anderson. Vickers free throw, good. And it's a 20-18 ball game.
Despite Anderson leading just by the flow going, it seems like Simon Kenton's dictating whatever's going on.
It really does. And kind of hard to explain right now. But it does feel like Simon is dictating the flow of the game, but somehow Anderson leads by 2. Straight away, Smith drives, stuck that chicken wing out there, might have got away with a charge, but she's going to get fouled, and the basket will count. It was a tough move there by Sophie Smith. She was drawing the contact. I mean, shoot, you might have even been able to call a foul before she stuck that arm out against Simon Kenton. She makes a 3-point play. Pass into front court. Simon Kenton. Vickers lobs it outside to Stamper. Back to Vickers, and now straight away to Jones. Just under 2 to play here now in the first half. Webb, free throw line, no good. Rebound taken, and a traveling violation is going to be called against Rachel Bush of Simon Kenton. Yeah, she caught it and just kind of walked it.
Yeah.
Kind of
she was surprised that she was in that situation.
I'm not sure that was a walk. They should have called that a stroll. Right side now. Anderson on the attack. Bad pass at the feet of Chesser, but she saves it and gets it out, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And this is going to be against the offense here. It's going to be against Riley, and that will be her third. So Bird Whistle rolls the dice and comes up snake eyes with Tiffany Riley. She has to go to the bench now, the 5'11 sophomore. 3 fouls, has not scored a point or grabbed a rebound yet. She's had a tough night. Stamper, top of the key, kicks it over to Vickers on the right side. Back out to Jones. 1:16 showing on the scoreboard here. It's a 5-point ball game in favor of Anderson County. Jones shadowed by Waite. Here comes the trap. Every time they go to the side, Simon will trap. Here it comes. The 3 on the way. No good. Excuse me, I meant. And there's the shot up and in.
Vickers missed the 2. Serenity Way with the rebound. And the putback. That's her first made basket of the game.
I said Simon would double. I meant Anderson would double. 34 seconds left here in the first half. Chesser trying to drive against Webb. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. An illegal screen is going to go against Sophie Smith, and that'll be her second. So Anderson County piling up the fouls. They've got 10 plus now.
Interesting.
23 seconds left in the first period. Vickers trying to direct traffic. 17 on the clock. Down to 12. Jones out front. 8 seconds. Going to have to start to move here. She drives, hooks it up with underhanded scoop shot, and it counts. And Anderson will not get a shot off. But Simon Kenton makes it a 1-point game as we come to the half.
It's an interesting game.
Very interesting game and somewhat surprising in a lot of ways. We'll talk about that on the Office Max halftime report right after this on the Pegasus Sports Network.
At Office Max, your success is our business. Whether you're looking for a printer, office furniture, software, laptops, or simple office supplies, Office Max has it all in one convenient location at prices you can afford. Check out the Office Max Impress Business Center, where no job is too small or too large. They can help you with simple laminating or business cards, or help you put together that award-winning business presentation with their digital color printing, copying, and binding services. That's Office Max. Open till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, till 6 p.m. on Sundays. Office Max. Work with us.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
What do you ask from a friend? Trust, support, a helping hand? So why not ask that from your health insurance?
Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.
You deserve more than health insurance. With CareSource, you're covered with kindness.
Just let the love begin.
CareSource, individual and family health insurance. This is healthcare with heart.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com, and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
Baptist Health Crestwood on Kentucky 329 is conveniently located approximately 1 mile from I-71. Baptist Health Crestwood offers outpatient physical therapy and diagnostic imaging services, including x-rays, CAT scans, digital mammography, and DXA bone density scanning. The facility also houses the offices of Baptist Medical Associates Crestwood. For more information, visit baptistcrestwood.com.
Okay, Frank, welcome first off, everybody, to the Office Max Halftime Report. Remember, at Office Max, your success is our business, and if you get a chance to stop in the store there at the Springhurst Shopping Center on Westport Road in Louisville, be sure to ask for my good friend Tony Ellsbury. He's the manager of the store and the guy who's responsible for making Office Max one of our sponsors, and we're very grateful to them. So anyway, interesting first half. We didn't settle a whole heck of a lot, 23-22. The score is practically even, just like we started this game. We were talking to Tom just a second ago. He came up here to kind of check his numbers and my numbers on our stats, and gratefully they all matched up. That was nice. But, I'm going to say something, and I don't know. Maybe some people will take it wrong, and I want everybody to understand. This is not in any way intended to have anything to do with sexism, but these two girls teams, when you they've been so dominant for the last 10, 12 years here in the 8th region, but when you find yourself asking yourself what's different, why are they different? Why are they winning so much? Is it just the coach? Is it just because they're extremely lucky in getting great athletes? They play the game like a boys team. Now, that doesn't make them better. It just makes them different. And that's why I want everybody to understand this. I'm not saying boys teams are better, and if you play like a boys team, you're a better team. No, it's just a different style. Constantly fast-paced. Typically, you find them trying to get into transition modes. And one thing that Tom just told us up here, off the air, was extraordinarily physical.
It is. I mean, I'm not surprised. I've been down there and watched the girls have to dish it out and do it. And to be honest, we want to play that way too. You wanted to be successful, I think, in girls basketball is for people to watch a game and think, that's not girls basketball, it's not boys basketball, it's just basketball.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
You're just going out there and you are
well put.
You're getting after it with no other label. It's a joy to watch. I want to come back and watch it again. Well, who wouldn't want to come watch this again? This is outstandingly well played basketball game.
Yeah, and this is one of those games where sometimes the numbers may not reflect that.
Well, there's a reason for that.
But there's a reason.
Defense.
It's exactly the intensity and the defense. These teams are flat out going after each other. And, let's look at Anderson County right now, the team that's in the lead, 23-22. They're only shooting 35.3%, 6 of 17 from the field. 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, which is an acceptable number, 33%. That's kind of considered the benchmark, if you will. But and they have improved their free throw shooting. They're now 8 of 13 for 61.5%. Good balanced scoring, though, and this to me is another hallmark of a great team, boys or girls. They've got 11 points from Jacqueline Rubel. And that's been important because Jacqueline's been about the only one that's not in foul trouble. And she's got 11 points here at the half, including 3 threes. 6 points for Sophia Smith, 5 points for Anna Foley. and 1 point for Rachel Satterley. The key right now for Anderson is playing disciplined, keeping the passes precise. They weren't doing that early, and they had 5 quick turnovers in that first period. But Frank, they haven't had a turnover since.
Well, along with those 5 turnovers early, Maggie Jones just lit it up in the first probably minute and a half, 2 minutes of the first quarter. I mean, Simon Kenton has 22 points for 16 minutes of play, and Maggie Jones scored 8 of those in the first minute and a half. So there are all sorts of ways you can extrapolate that, apply it to what's going to happen in the second half. Hard to say, but you want to get off to a good start, and I think both coaches would really, really hope that when the play's going up and down a couple times, there's not anybody that's going to get a quick whistle that has 2 fouls, because that, in my mind, is a critical factor. So as a coach, you may want to be attacking somebody to try to get that 3rd foul and knock over some dominoes.
Well, and if you're Simon Kenton, you've got a lot of targets because 4 of the 5 starters have 2 fouls. Smith, Boblet, Foley, and Riley all have 2 fouls, and these are critical players. You know, you're talking about Lauren Boblet. This is a 6'1" matchup nightmare, and the senior is averaging 9 points a game. She only took 1 shot before she picked up her 2nd foul and missed that one. Sophie Smith has really settled them down, I think, out front, and also picked up a couple of quick buckets and free throws, has 6 points, but she also has 2 fouls. Anna Foley, 5 points, 2 fouls. Tiffany Riley never really got started and picked up 2 fouls. So I think she's actually got 3 now, excuse me. They left her in, and it backfired on them. She starts the second half with 3.
Well, Maggie Jones has 10 points for the Lady Pioneers. Madison Vickers has 4. Morgan Stamper 3. And Serenity Webb has 2 points. And Katie Shaw has 2 points. With 2 fouls, Maggie Jones, Madison Vickers, and Morgan Stamper. You know, my recollection is, some of the fouls that Anderson County were kind of reachy fouls. The fouls that Simon Kenton gets, it's like watching a hockey game. Somebody's going into the boards. I mean, they get their money's worth, and they just play the way they play, and Anderson plays the way they play. And the dust will settle in about 16 minutes of game clock.
Well,
or overtime like we had the other night.
Oh, we've already had that. This is a very young Anderson team. They have 2 seniors in the starting lineup, and if they go to the bench, it's all underclassmen. So this is a team that wants to keep at least those 2 seniors on the court. 3 ball from the corner to start the second half. Foley unable to get it down. Simon gets it going the other way. The Pioneers with Jones, Vickers, Morgan Stamper, also Webb, and looks like Bush is the 5th starter. Couldn't quite see her from in our position. We were a little awkward position up here. Over on the right side to Bush, kicks it back.
Bush is 6 foot. She never goes inside. She's a wing player.
Well, they've got so many tall players. You got to put them somewhere.
Webb and Stamper are very physical, and they do a really good job of bodying up.
Webb had the right idea as she had the cutter, Stamper going to the basket, but intercepted by Smith of Anderson County. Anticipated that pass very well. And now out front here, setting things up against the Simon Kenton man-to-man. Kick to the corner, wide open, but the 3 ball no good. Rebounded by Boblet, sticks it up, no good, and we'll go the other way.
Has Boblet scored a point?
No, she hasn't. That was her first real statistic except a foul. She got that rebound there. Right side 3, all alone, and she buries it. And that's one of the reasons maybe why Rachel Bush stays outside. She can hit 3s.
Exactly. I mean, she's tall enough, nobody's going to bother her.
25-23. Simon Kenton now on top. 5-0 run, or 3-0 run on 1 shot to start off the second half. Smith unable to get the shot to stay home there. It rattled its way out. Simon Kenton will bring it into the front court with a 2-point lead early here in the third period. Winner gets to face either Walton, Verona, or Collins in the championship game Monday night at 7 o'clock. Jones has been quiet for a little while, Frank. Boy, she started like a house on fire, but is maybe getting a little more defensive attention since.
Could be. I think Coach Stowers talked a little bit about her having the flu.
Nice move by Stamper. Strong power move, and you wonder if the Anderson players are thinking a little too much about their fouls because they almost gave her a clean path that time. Boblet to the basket is going to be fouled. Foul is going to go against Jones, and that'll be her third. That's a big foul.
Yes, it is.
Boblet, free throw, good, and she's in the books now. Like I said, I was really impressed with her the other night when we saw her in the first round. Just an incredibly athlete, kind of an Iron Man out there. She, I don't even hardly remember her taking a break in the first round.
Well, she's rested now.
Yeah, 27-25. Simon Kenton lead is 1. Jones holding the ball over her head. They're going to let her play it out for a while here with these 3 fouls, but looking inside that zone. Anderson has religiously stayed in this zone tonight. 3 on the way, and this one no good, but rebounded by Stamper and rolled in.
She really grabbed that rebound with a lot of authority and took it up well.
From the corner, Anderson gets the 3 ball. Rachel Satterley with the 3, and timeout on the court with the 29-28. Simon Kenton in the lead. Let's go down to our reporter on the court, Tom Hawkins.
Thank you, Mike. Morgan Stamper's kind of taken over for Simon here in this third quarter. You can see they're trying to play a little diamond with her and get her the ball in the paint. She's very effective. Anderson's going to have to find a way to stop that. This is a game of runs. Right now it's Simon's. Let's see what the next run is.
Good point. Good point. 29-28, the Pioneers, I hesitate to say they erased a 1-point lead, but they have flipped it here. They flipped the script a bit.
This has the makings of a grind it out to the last possession kind of a situation.
Well, we hope it doesn't take too long. We got to get to Newcastle tonight for another broadcast.
Road trip.
Road trip. Yeah, everybody who is interested here, Pegasus is doing 2 games today. We're in bad position. We could do 1 semifinal game and the championship, or we could do 2 girls semifinal games. So we're doing this semifinal of the girls, and then we'll do the boys championship tonight. As we get a steal by Anderson and a kicked ball, or are they going to call a foul on somebody here?
I think it's a kick.
Yeah,
should be Anderson's ball still.
I couldn't see the official because of the
Anderson put a little heat on him, and it worked in their favor.
Yeah, that worked out real well. Pass into backcourt. Anderson will set up the offense here. They can regain the lead with a bucket here. Underneath, wide open, and she blows the layup, but the follow is no good. Another follow, still no good. Amazing sequence of events as
that was frenetic.
Smith and Boblet just could not get it down. They did puff up the rebounding totals though.
Right, they ran a nice little set play with a back cut off a back screen.
Nice cut. Stamper to the basket. Moving without the basketball. How often do the coaches say that?
You know, Tom was exactly right. Big imprint right now is from Morgan Stamper in this quarter.
She's really taken over the game in a lot of ways. Playing good defense, too, as you can see right now. Real tight defense. The drive, the kick, wide open from the corner. The 3 ball won't go, and the rebound taken by Webb. Foley just couldn't get that one down. It was a little shy, caught this side of the arm. Jones driving, heaves it up towards the basket, and that was just a heads-up play. I don't think she thought that shot was going in, but she knew she was getting fouled. In the game now for Simon Kenton, number 31, Katie Shaw, the 5'6" sophomore. Comes in to Jones, 3 on the way, off the back iron. Shaw with the rebound on the baseline, double team. Finds Stamper, hooks it up, can't get it in, and Vickers gets the rebound, and a foul on Anderson County. I believe he's called it on Satterley, but let's see here. It is Satterley, and that'll be her 3rd. At the line, Vickers. Vickers averaging 9.6 points per game. One of the better free throw shooters on this team at 65% for Simon Kenton, and I guess.
But she struggled.
I guess I jinxed her.
Right now she's 1 of 4.
Back in for Anderson is Tiffany Riley. Remember, she's got some serious foul issues here. 3 fouls on her already. We're at the 2:50 mark of this 3rd period, which has really moved pretty quick. Vickers' second shot, no good. And the rebound taken by Foley of Anderson County. Anderson on the attack. They skip pass. They get it underneath. Foley couldn't get it in, and we'll have a held ball on the rebound, and that's going to go over to Simon Kenton.
You know, when something happens away from the ball, Simon Kenton players just don't turn and look. They turn, and their feet are moving simultaneously. They go. They just go. Their reactions are so good.
Nice anticipation there by Foley. Foley down the lane. Shot is blocked, and they're going to say it is a block.
There's a lot.
He's going to call a foul.
There's a lot of contact on dribblers.
Yeah.
And it's
going to be Rachel Bush.
It's just happening.
Going to be Rachel Bush guilty of her 2nd. That'll send Foley to the line. She's had a pretty good night there, but missed that one. 3 out of 5 now at the stripe. Has 5 points in the ball game. Right-hander fires, and short with this one, and the rebound comes off to Shaw.
Shaw has come off the bench and really done a great job. Not a tremendous amount of stats, but she's got loose balls, played good defense, contested things, hit open players.
Kicks it outside now to Jones. Anderson really, Simon Kenton really hasn't been able to shoot Anderson out of this zone. And that has taken away some of their advantages. Now there's the dump underneath. They got a nice play, though, that time. Good penetration, and the dump off to Stamper ends up with 2 points. Runner, baseline, no good by Riley, and a whistle and a foul after the rebound. Is going to go against Anderson County. It's going to go against number 12, Jacqueline Rubel, her 2nd. 3rd. Oh,
what a great 3rd quarter this has been for Simon Kenton.
That's her 3rd now.
And that was a frustration foul. You can't let not making some baskets get into your head and affects picking up fouls out of frustration.
Yeah, and she hasn't even been able to take a shot here in this 3rd period. Remember, at the break, she was leading the team in scoring with 11.
And the offensive flow, the movement of ball and people by Simon Kenton's much more smooth and casual. Purposeful. I don't know if casual is a word or not, but it's a struggle for
wide
Anderson
open. Vickers goes to the basket, misses a layup, And we'll have a held ball on the rebound. Boblet got in there and tied her up, and Anderson County will get it. With 52.2 seconds left here in the third period.
How many points does Rubel have?
I've got Rubel with 11. She hasn't scored here.
I'm sorry, Boblet.
Oh, Boblet. Boblet's got 2 on free throws.
Yeah, that's the biggest factor here.
Shot from 18, good by Rubel, and they really needed to get her in this game. She had 11 points, like I said, in the first half, had not scored. And, oh, what a nice breakdown off the dribble. Jones all the way, and 2 points for Simon. 35-30. Anderson on the attack. Smith, 13 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds. Ball batted away, stolen by Shaw. Shaw, will she get there in time? Goes up and is blocked. And the foul on Tiffany Riley, and that will be her 4th. What a play to help close out the third period, and it goes all Simon Kenton's way. 4.7 left on the clock, and Shaw at the stripe, free throw, good. 36-30.
It's another great play by Shaw, taking it hard to the basket, drawing the foul, and she came off the bench. She's done a great job.
Satterley back in for Anderson with 4.7. Second free throw, no good. We're going to get
That's amazing. That's an amazing call.
They just called the third foul on Lauren Boblet on blocking out.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that call. I'm honestly, I don't think I have ever seen that call made.
Whatever comments I have, I'll save for off the microphone on that one.
Vickers misses on the 3 right at the buzzer. We go to the 4th and final period. Still anybody's ball game. Simon Kenton leads it by a score of 36-30. We'll be back to Owenton right after this. This is the girls' 2019 8th Region Basketball Tournament live on the Pegasus Sports Network.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
Let's go down to the floor to Tom Hawkins.
Still on one, and mainly because Anderson just cannot hit their paint shots. They've got several decent looks inside, and Simon is doing a very good job of going to the boards. Anderson's going to have to find a way to keep them off of there.
Anderson County has been dominated by Simon on the glass here, unless I'm totally mistaken. Webb way out beyond the arc, gives it to Vickers straight away, misfires on the 3, rebounded in the corner by Anderson County. Foley came up with the rebound there. Lady Cats into front court now. They dump it down. Kick to the corner. Satterley starts to make her move. Outside to Chesser. Trying to back in. Can't find any room there. Fires it outside. And they'll reset it with Foley. Anna Foley to Sophie Smith. Make the call. They find Boblet on the right wing. And underneath, Chesser goes up for the easy layup. Her first 2 points of the ball game. And we'll have a whistle and a foul here in backcourt. And this one's going to go against Satterley, and that will be her 4th, I believe. Yes. Excuse me. Bush threw it in there. Jones will walk it up court for Simon Kenton with 6:53 to go in the game. Pulls up, shoots a three. I don't know if it was partially blocked or just a really bad shot, as it doesn't go anywhere near the rim, out of bounds, and we're going to have a foul underneath. And it's going to go against Webb of Simon Kenton.
She got a finger on it and didn't quite get there. She's not going to shoot an air ball that's not going to get to the rim by that amount.
Yeah, that looked really weird. Over on the right side in the corner. No good from Boblet, who continues to struggle from the field tonight. 0 for 5.
The only time she can get the ball and not have a crowd of 3 defenders around her is if it's outside the paint quite a ways.
Jones on the drive, just kind of throws it up. It's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with SK. Vickers will throw it in for the Lady Pioneers. Gets it in to Stamper on the right side there, out high to Jones. Sidesteps her defender, takes it up, misses the layup, and the rebound taken by Sophie Smith of Anderson County. Smith with 6 rebounds in this ball game already. A little runner in the lane, no good, gets her own rebound. And Anderson will reset here. On the drive, Foley. And a blocking foul will go against Vickers of Simon Kenton. Hey, that's one of those plays, everybody in the whole gym, you can hear everybody kind of sucking their breath. Is it a charge or is it a block?
You know, we've watched games up to now, and these guys have been calling the same game, or all the games, and they're calling a totally different game than any of the first round games. It is unbelievably physical. Unbelievably physical. That's not for one side or the other, but one of the coaches that's going to play in the next game stopped me during the break and tapped me and said, this is an unbelievably physical game. So I'm just passing that on.
That was Rubel, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. My mind just went blank there. They cut it to a 2-point lead here, and we're going to have a timeout on the court, 32nd timeout. And Frank, you talk about the physicality of this game. As you look at these two teams, do you see it favoring either one of them?
If it's it, what's not being called is a lot of body checking and a lot of in close forearm guiding a defender. I'm not extending it out, but if you're driving on me, I've got it right down my hip, and I'm steering the dribbler someplace else. That's not getting called ever. No, I mean, I'm watching it, so I'm feeling things as a coach on the sideline that used to bother me, but yeah, I'm seeing that not called at all. So whether that's if your players do that better than the other team, then you'll get away with that. But if you're reaching or bumping anywhere from the belly button up, it's going to be a foul and it'll get called. And they're consistently calling it that way.
High pass. Vickers goes way up in the air to get it. Out to Webb, standing well beyond the arc. Simon extending a lot of their offense here, and Anderson has gone man-to-man now. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul away from the ball. And
see, like that. Did she push her out? She most certainly did. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. But if you don't stand your ground, you're going to be ending up right under that net, and she'll catch the ball and stick it right in your face. And there's not a call on the other side for that. They're never going to call an offensive foul on anything like that. So,
third foul on Anna Foley. Free throw at the line. Stamper, free throw is good.
So I guess I'd say that's good coaching to drill your people to do that and play strong. That was a great move by Morgan Stamper.
17 fouls now on Anderson County, so Simon will shoot the bonus the rest of the way. There's only 4 team fouls on SK, so Anderson's still a little bit of a ways from shooting any bonus free throws. Over on the right side to Foley. Looking, skips it all the way across to Rubel. Rubel trying to penetrate, and we're going to get a reach-in foul on Simon Kenton. We've seen too many games here these last few days, Coach.
They run together. It's 4th foul on Madison Vickers. See, that's a body check.
Yeah, and
that's
the ball goes out of bounds off of Webb, so it's going to stay with Anderson County.
That's a body check in which you're taking a half step over to make the body check. But it's not a reach. They call reaches.
Back in comes Tiffany Riley and also Amaya Mason for Anderson County.
Great closeout. Great closeout.
Here comes the double team. Rubel dribbles out of it, takes it out high.
Great ball.
Tries to make the fake pass.
That's great defensive coaching right there. You drilled them all year long.
On the move to the basket, the shot no good. Riley couldn't bank it off, banked it a little too strong, and it's one and done for Anderson County as we're closing in on the midway mark of the 4th period. It is a 3-point game. Anybody's ball game still.
It looks like the Simon Kenton players are much less distracted on offense and much less frustrated. And it's only a 3-point difference.
Vickers over to Jones. Comes off a pick, goes down the lane, scoops it up, not strong enough. Rebound taken by Stamper, and she's fouled on the rebound shot. It'll send Stamper back to the stripe here.
Now she drove right down the lane and went right between 2 defenders who reached. Both of them reached. Neither one of them slid a foot over to take a charge or just bother her path. I mean, that's just, Simon Kenton, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to run into somebody.
Stamper missing the first one. 4 team fouls now on Boblet. She joins Tiffany Riley and Rachel Satterley with 4 for Anderson County. So the fouls have piled up. Left side 3, no good by Satterley. Saved inbounds by Simon Kenton. Pioneers will take their time here. 3:30 left to play. They lead by just 3 points, but they're going to be very patient here, I think. Webb kicks it over on the right side. They go back down to Webb, and hey, you can't pass that up. Webb lays it up and in.
You know, Simon Kenton's continue to dictate offense and defense. They've just seized control and pretty much have the whole game.
Rubel working against Jones, and she'll create the foul against Jones. And I'm like you got to respect the coaching and the players as well for having the smarts to identify the way the game is being called.
Well, in the pregame conversations, comment by Coach Stowers, it's either going to bring out the best or the worst of us. Looks like it's doing a pretty good job of bringing out the best. And Coach Birdwhistle said, they're going to do what they do, and we're going to do what we do, and we'll see how it falls out.
Anderson County just 3 out of 20 shooting in this second half now. As we're down to 2:39, they trail by 5, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Anderson County, and it's going to go against Satterley, and if so, that is her 5th, and she is done.
See, and I couldn't see that because of where we're positioned, but that's minimal contact. Minimal contact. I mean, there's,
I had her with 4 points tonight.
Jones.
Free throw is up and in by Jones.
I don't think you want to be putting her at the line.
I tell you, she's played with ice water in her veins tonight, both handling the ball, shooting the ball. Misses on that one, though, and the rebound is collected by Stamper and back out to Jones. When Anderson needs the ball the most right now, because they're down by 6 points, 2:24 to play, and look, as you can see, the Pioneers spreading the court now. Jones dribbling through the space, and kicks it over to Stamper. Cross-court pass to Jones. Just a little pitch and catch here. Here comes the trap, though, and the ball's tipped away. And Anderson County, they're going to get her for a travel. They're going to get her for a travel. She couldn't come to a complete stop, and Tiffany Riley turns it over. And what appeared to be an easy deuce ends up in a turnover. We've got a timeout on the floor. Simon Kenton with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game. It is a 6-point game. Simon Kenton will have the ball when we return.
Baptist Health LaGrange is the best experience expecting families can ever conceive of. We offer spacious, comfortable rooms, a dedicated team of nurses from labor to the time you go home, and a helpful maternity website to guide you through all the questions before and after baby's arrival. For more information or to register for free prenatal classes, visit BaptistHealthLaGrange.com.
Each year, children's advocacy centers in Kentucky provide hope and healing to more than 6,000 child victims of abuse and their families. We're making a difference, but we can't do it alone. Be vigilant in protecting children and learn the signs and symptoms of abuse. Be the one to report suspected cases of abuse to authorities. Help us help them. Let's end child abuse together. Be the end. For more information about children's advocacy centers in Kentucky, visit kacac.org.
We are back at Owen County High School. Big thanks for the Simon Kenton Pep Band to be here. I always, as you know, like to see the pep bands. Anderson wasn't able to make it tonight. Jones all the way to the basket, and once again she found a way to just slip through that defense. And suddenly it's an 8-point game with 1:43, and Anderson is in trouble.
Jeff said she had the flu pregame, didn't even know if she'd get anything out of her or not. They're getting a lot out of her.
Jumper by Brubel was no good. Simon Kenton with the rebound. Again, folks, I apologize about the voice. I have had years when I had to do worse with the region. I actually contracted laryngitis one year, and that was a real fun year. But for some reason, I've just developed this scratchy throat, and each night I irritate it further with 2 games. It's about as good as it gets. Stamper going past the defender, and that'll be number 5 on Riley. And this is where Anderson's Achilles heel gets exposed, Coach. As they're bringing in players, they're having to bring in young players, sophomores, freshmen. I think they do have one senior on the bench, Taylor Brown, number 45, but they just pretty much are as young can be on that bench. And in fact, let's see, who did they bring in? We'll have to pick that up in a sec here. Second free throw is good.
Simon Kenton has, and they've imposed their will on it, on this game. That's an impressive thing to do.
43-34 timeout, Anderson County. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. I want to remind everybody that if you're keeping score, you know that Kentucky Farm Bureau is Kentucky's insurance company of choice. You know, life is a lot like a ball game, and it can be unpredictable. So it's really nice to know that when you experience a loss from a storm or an accident, Kentucky Farm Bureau will stand behind you with the winning service that you deserve. And call our good friend Steve Jones or Tina Goodluck at 241-2833. That's 241-2833. Let's go down to Tom on the sidelines.
All right, Mike, thank you. If Simon can hold on to win this, this is going to be a Stamper and a Jones show. That and their defense and rebounding.
And finally,
they've been very good tonight.
And finally, a shot by Botblatt that goes in. Her first bucket, a steal by Anderson. Shot up is good. And all of a sudden, Anderson with 2 quick buckets. One from Rubel, one from Botblatt, and a quick timeout on the quarter. Suddenly, we've gone from a 10-point game down to a 5-point game here. 51.6 seconds left in the ball game. 43-38.
Lightning strikes fast. They did a nice job of coming out there and hitting the trap early, and they didn't do any reaching. They waited for a bad pass, and then they got a deflection that way instead of reaching for the ball while somebody had it in a possession. So if Anderson can do this a couple more times, you never know. But
well, we've seen some great comebacks in the final minute to 2 minutes in games.
Yes, we have. And,
of course, in the boys' 8th region, that first round comeback by Oldham County with 2.1 seconds left on the clock, having to go full court, and they get the winning three-pointer over Collins. We've seen it, and, of course, you see it in the regular season every now and then, those big comebacks in just a short time. Full court press on. It comes in to Webb. Gets it over to Vickers. And they're going to foul Vickers as she's going up court. Boblet got her with the body, and if that's right, that's Boblet's 5th.
She got her money's worth.
Yep, that is her 5th. And she becomes the 3rd Lady Bearcat to foul out. Fouls out with 46.6 seconds left in the ball game. And I'm going to tell you how much fouls have affected the 3 girls who fouled out in this game. Rachel Satterley fouled out with 4 points. Tiffany Riley fouled out with no points. And Boblet, who normally averages 9 points a game, fouls out with 4 points. So they got 8 points from those 3 critical players who now are on the bench. And he has to go young. Clay Birdwhistle, that young bench.
You know, I use this as a very complimentary term. But one of the things year in and year out that Simon Kenton does is they have grit. They have grit. And they can grind out wins year after year after year in big games, and that's what they do.
Loose ball on the floor. It's going to be possession arrow Anderson County. So at 43.4 seconds left, the situation is this. 6-point lead for Simon Kenton. Possession arrow favors Simon Kenton. Both teams in the bonus, but Simon's in the double bonus. Runner down the lane won't go, and they're going to have to foul quickly, and they do. Rubel really didn't get a bad shot there, even though she was in traffic.
Right. But it was hurried, and it was somewhat contested.
They're going to say that foul's on Chesser, and they say it's her first. I had one on Chesser earlier. That must have been one I misassigned.
Jones makes the first.
Second one on the way, and she got them both. 46-38, an 8-point lead with just 32 seconds. Anderson has to hurry. Sophie Smith for 3. No good. Long rebound. Jones has it, and she's fouled immediately by Rubel of Anderson County, and that will be Anderson, her 4th. Well, based upon the first round games, I was really more impressed with Anderson, although I thought they were somewhat erratic at times against Oldham County and let Oldham County get somewhat back in it. I still was a little more impressed with the Lady Bearcats, but tonight this has been an impressive dig down deep and pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of game from Simon Kenton. Free throw by Jones. Increases the lead. Pass underneath. Chesser trying to control the ball. Misses it from point blank. And the rebound taken by Vickers. Vickers double teamed in backcourt, gets it off to Jones. 8 seconds, this game is over, but the shouting, and they're going to go ahead and foul her here. Sophie Smith will make the foul. And the Simon Kenton faithful responding. The Lady Pioneers are 6.8 seconds away from heading to another championship game. The defending 8th region champs will have a chance to defend that championship on Monday night at 7 o'clock against either Walton Verona or Collins. 48-38. Second shot on the way. She got them both. 49-38. Biggest lead of the ball game comes at the 6.8 second mark here. And Simon will pretty much just watch Anderson do whatever they want here. They kick to the corner. Mason for three. And that will be the end of the ball game. 49-41. Simon Kenton wins it. We'll be back to Owen County High School in Owenton, Kentucky right after this for some post-game comments. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is the Pegasus Sports Network.
A wise man once said, "The secret to happiness is comfortable shoes." Well, I don't know about that, but I do know one thing. I'm a happy man when my feet are feeling good. And that's the idea behind Happy Feet, the world's most comfortable slippers. It's like walking on pillows. Owned and operated right here in Kentucky, Happy Feet has the coolest, the warmest, the most comfortable slippers around. College basketball fans will love the UK and U of L slippers. They look just like sneakers. Animal lovers will adore Animal Feet, a line of cushy slippers that look like every animal you can think of. There's even a dinosaur for the kids. Check them all out now at www.buyhappyfeet.com. That's www.buyhappyfeet.com and give the gift of Happy Feet. Happy Feet. It's like walking on pillows.
No one wants to spend the season on the sidelines. Whether you're a high school athlete or a weekend warrior, there's always potential for injury. That's why the sports therapy experts at Baptist Health LaGrange and Baptist Health Sports Medicine are standing by to help with injury prevention and treatment. We are also the proud provider of complimentary sports medicine services for all Oldham County high schools. For more information, call 222-0598 or visit BaptistHealthLaGrange.com.
A proud sponsor of the Pegasus Sports Network is Mountjoy Chilton Medley Certified Public Accountants, the largest locally based accounting firm in Kentucky and southern Indiana, offering a full range of accounting, audit, tax planning, and advisory services for businesses and individuals. Employing nearly 120 CPAs, Mountjoy Chilton Medley provides highly specialized services that can help you achieve your personal and business goals. For a complete list of services and more, on the web at mcpa.com. Mountjoy Chilton and Medley, 502-749-1900.
What do you ask from a friend? Trust, support, a helping hand? So why not ask that from your health insurance?
Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.
You deserve more than health insurance. With CareSource, you're covered with kindness.
Just let the love begin.
CareSource, individual and family health insurance. This is healthcare with heart.
All right, the dust has settled here in Owenton. Let's go down to our courtside reporter, Tom Hawkins, and get some post-game thoughts from him.
All right, thank you, Mike. On the part of Anderson, they're going to look back at the number of missed paint shots that kept them from getting back in this. And then when you go to Simon, I was really impressed with their defense the whole game, especially their board work. And when it came down to the workhorses, Of course, Stamper and Jones pretty much carried them tonight, and Anderson could not find an answer for him. It was a well-played game down here on the court. It's very physical and a hard-played game by both teams.
You know, Tom, we were talking about the way the game was officiated, and the one thing that I did think tonight, whether you thought it was well officiated or not, I thought this was a very consistently officiated game. What they were calling as fouls at the beginning of the game, they were calling as fouls at the end of the game, and so on and so forth. But, you know, I don't think anybody's going to walk out of here tonight saying the officials cost them a game.
No, I have to agree totally. It was a difficult game to call. Both games are very physical. You know, the press defense, I thought they were very fair. I think by and large, they only call the fouls that really affected the game, and that's what you want from an official.
The thoughts on the two teams here now. You know, I confessed I had picked Anderson to win this ball game. I thought that they were maybe a little more polished. It just turned out that Simon maybe had first night jitters in the first round, because they sure looked a whole lot better tonight. But you've seen Walton, Verona, you've seen Collins. How do you think this Simon Kenton team measures up?
Well, you know, Simon has a lot of experience there. They've got I know one girl that played as an 8th grader, and they've got some girls that's played a while, and they know the game. It's their game to be physical, and I still think if Anderson could have hit some of those paint baskets that they got, they could have made a game out of it. Then they finally got to where they had to foul, and you got to give Simon credit. They hit their free throws. That's what you've got to do in tight ball games, and that's what makes a winner out of you.
All right, Tom Hawkins down on the floor for us tonight. He is now permanently deaf. We'll try to revive his hearing in time for the next game. But I'm going to take a quick look at, of course, the post-game numbers. But you know, of course, with me here, Frank Wright, the former head coach of the South Oldham Lady Dragon basketball team. Coach, you were a veteran of these 8th Region Wars for so many years. And, you know, when you look back at some of the teams you played, some of the Simon Kenton teams you played, you know, this is just a continuation of a program that Jeff Stowers has built.
Well, in the pregame comments that he said, it's your job to build on the tradition that those before you have established and continue on. Surely it happened. You know, they played as Coach Birdwhistle said, Simon Kenton ball. And when it got right down to it, they imposed their will on it. They're very, very gritty, and that's a complimentary word. In today's world, in today's sports, there's a lot of softness and not that much grit. And by golly, if you're going to play Simon Kenton, they're going to get down and after it and get in your business, and you better be able to take it and flourish, or else they're going to win again. And that's what they've done. So now, I don't know what's going to happen this second game, but if it would happen that they're going to play Collins, it's going to be a very physical game, as we watched the other night. If they're going to end up playing Walton Verona, it's going to be another, District 32 final. And Walton Verona looked pretty good, and they beat Simon Kenton. So, I mean, this may offend a lot of people in the region, but if you're going to beat a team out of the 32nd district, you better come with a lot more grit than what you normally want to offer up. And that's coming from somebody who's been there and smelled the Krispy Kreme donuts, but we were outside the window and didn't get them while they were frying.
It's you know, these things go in cycles, and certainly right now Anderson and Simon have created a cycle, as has Walton. They've had some really fine teams over the last 5 to 10 years. So, you know, you're right. If you know, it's like in football when I hear people complain about the unfair advantages that Trinity has and that St. X have, because, you know, they're in the largest class. But but they have all boys. It's all boys. So instead of having a school of 1,500 with 700 boys, they have a school of 1,500 with 1,500 boys. And, you know, yeah, that is right. That's an advantage. But you know, my response to people who ask me about my opinion on it is work harder. Sports is all about working hard. It's about off season. It's about going the extra mile in preparation. And, you know, if right now Team A is beating you consistently, then Team B, you've got to work a little harder, because if you keep doing what you're doing now, you're going to get the same results. As the old saying goes, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Yeah. But it was a great game. It was a great game. Two very good teams. There's no margin of error at the end. Every round that you advance, there's less room for mistakes. I mean, because the other team is not going to fold. They're not going to cough it up. They're not going to wilt, because they've earned the right to be there too. And so you had a great game, and I think you'll have a great region final come Monday night.
Yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully the snow will stay away and we'll be able to do it on Monday night, because last I heard we were talking about 6 to 9 inches.
I haven't listened lately, so I was just all I know is I don't have to shovel it anymore.
This was actually told to me. I did not actually hear the meteorologist utter the words, but that was what I was told. So, you know, we might, of course, keep in mind the girls' tournament is second this year. So I guess you could say it doesn't really matter. We've got all next week to get it in, but you would hate to do that. To have it overrunning the boys' Sweet 16, because then you're starting tearing fans. You know, where do I go, and which team do I support? If you happen to have both teams, a team playing in state and a team playing still in the postseason. So let's take a look at the numbers. And Frank, why don't you go ahead and give us a look at Simon Kenton first?
Well, Maggie Jones. And I want to say that in the pregame discussion, Coach Stowers said that she'd been a bit under the weather. Well, if she plays as well when she's sick, man, look out when she's healthy. She had 20 points and 3 rebounds. Started with 8 in the first minute and a half, and did a really good job of icing things with free throws at the end. Madison Vickers, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Morgan Stamper, tremendous game, 13 points, 7 rebounds. In the midst of all the action. Rachel Bush, 3 points, 4 rebounds. Serenity Webb, 5 points, 5 rebounds. And Katie Shaw, I thought, did a really great job of coming off the bench and getting 3 points and 3 rebounds. Plus, she's wearing my favorite number, 31, so hats off to that.
Okay, so why is 31 your
That's
lucky
what
number?
I like. That's what I used tonight. That was my high school number.
Oh, that was your number?
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at Anderson County, who struggled to shoot the ball straight tonight. 27.3% on 12 of 44 shooting. They were 5 of 18 beyond the arc for 27.8%. Finished 63.2% at the line, 12 out of 19. The Lady Bearcats were led tonight by Jacqueline Rubel, who averages 13.7. She had 11 at halftime. And she already had 3 threes at halftime. Had 11 points, but finishes with 17. And this, I think, was maybe one of the keys to this win for Simon Kenton, because the third quarter was when Simon went from being behind to taking the lead, and they took a 6-point lead there into the fourth period, thanks to the third period play. And during the third period, they limited Rubel to just 1 shot. Now, she did make it, but that was it. She had 1 shot in the third period. They completely took her out of the ball game. And in the third period, Anderson hit only 2 of 13 shots from the floor, and that really just kept them behind the 8 ball for the rest of the game. Other scoring, nobody else reached double figures for Anderson tonight. Sophie Smith had a pretty solid game, though. 6 points and a team-high 7 rebounds. 5 points for Anna Foley. 4 points for Lauren Boblet, who was hit with foul troubles, as was pretty much all the team. But she got into some foul trouble really early and sat almost the entire first half. 4 points for Rachel Satterley, who also fouled out of the ball game. 3 points for Amaya Mason, hit that last three just before the final buzzer. 2 points for J.C. Chesser, and playing but not scoring was Tiffany Riley, who was also fouled out. 3 Anderson County players fouling out tonight: Boblet, Riley, and Satterley. And that certainly hurt this team's chances. Especially, I couldn't help but feel that losing Boblet especially hurt them, because she was a physical mismatch that I think Simon Kenton, had she been able to play the whole game, would have had trouble completely controlling. But when you're on the bench,
well, when
it's not too hard.
When she did get it, she had a crowd of 2, normally 3 people that just entrapped her. And so it was very difficult. The only really good looks she had the basket was when she had to step out and take a deep 2 or a 3 even. So Simon did a nice job in that regard, and masterful game as far as them handling a lead with dwindling minutes and having the ball in their possession. They did a really nice job. I thought they were able to comfortably run their offense all night long, compared to Anderson County never being able to comfortably run their offense.
Yeah, I would agree. That was, at the risk of jumping on the bandwagon here, I would really agree that was the case, because it always seemed, you said the word casual one time, and you said, I don't know if this is quite the word, but it almost seemed like they were running it in practice as opposed to in real life situation, because they didn't seem stressed.
Right.
They didn't seem in a hurry. They just seemed like they were doing what they were supposed to do, and that was that.
Very machine-like.
And plus, the board work, defensive glass work. You're supposed to win the defensive rebounds. You're supposed to win most of those, but I thought they dominated it. I didn't keep this count, but how many times did Anderson go down court and get one shot, and that was it? And that had to have been the overwhelming majority of possessions.
Right, and then, if they went down for a layup, they usually got a whack. And there at the end, they had several layups, or somewhat contested layups, and then they didn't convert. They were, it's kind of like Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
They were conditioned.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
You've got to be grit. You've got to have a lot of grit to beat Simon Kenton.
Well, the good news for Anderson County fans is, hey, a lot of these same familiar faces are going to be back next year, and Anderson County will once again be among the favorites to win the girls' 8th region basketball tournament. We do seem to see a little bit more parity coming around in the 8th region. We may be seeing a swing here a little bit. But the one thing I don't see is Simon Kenton or Anderson County disappearing anytime soon.
I believe you're right. They've got Anderson County is a place where they don't get move-ins. They're their kids from diapers, and they've got things working in their lower system and feeder system, and there are a lot of little kids in Anderson County, Lawrenceburg, and surrounding area. They want to be Lady Bearcats, and they're already in the pipeline, and they just keep working it. They have a really, really nice feeder system from the ground up, and they just reload. So expect them to be reloaded for next year.
Yeah,
that's one thing that's really consistent about the Lawrenceburg area. Having lived down in that vicinity when I coach boys, that's just the way they roll.
Final score once again here tonight. Simon Kenton knocks off Anderson County. The Lady Pioneers with the win, 49-41. They move to 21-11 on the year, and they advance to play either Walton, Verona, or Collins on Monday at 7 o'clock in the championship game. Anderson County, quite a season, but they see it come to a close tonight. Their final record, 27-7. It's going to wrap up things here for Pegasus Sports from our partner, Frank Wright, our court reporter, Tom Hawkins, and our cameraman, Sean Montgomery, bringing you all the pictures. I'm Mike Montgomery. Good night. from Owenton. And be sure to tune in at 6:30 tonight as we bring you live coverage of the boys' 8th Region Championship live from Newcastle, Oldham County against Walton Verona. Till then, good night.